This is Trex News, focusing on the news the mass media prefers to forget. This week, stand up for Standing Rock. The BBC has a go. See if you can spot BBC sanitation in action.
A protest against the construction of a massive oil pipeline in the US has grown into what could be the largest gathering of indigenous tribes in a century. An estimated 10,000 people are camping at the site in North Dakota near the small town of Cannonball. In recent weeks, there have been violent clashes with police. Our correspondent James Cook reports from the camp, which is south of the state capital, Bismarck.
The phrase violent clashes makes it sound like the violence has been mutual. Not the case according to Amnesty International observers. Asik Johnson, director of Amnesty International USA's Security with Human Rights campaign, wrote, "Non-violent indigenous people opposed to the Dakota Access Pipeline have been met with over-militarized policing and excessive, disproportionate and unnecessary military force."
They sing of tribal unity in a place that embodies the idea. This is Ocheti Shakawi, the Seven Fires Council. Not since the Battle of the Little Bighorn in 1876 have the Sioux gathered like this. And not just the Sioux, more than 10,000 have come here from all over the world.
James Cook could have led with this number, but the aim is to present the issue as a tribal affair. No mention that over 2,000 US military veterans turned up to protect the water protectors.
And not just the Sioux, more than 10,000 have come here from all over the world with this demand.
I want them to take every pipe out of the ground, repair the ground, put it back to the way it was, and stop this fossil fuel from doing destruction of our land and water.
At times the battle has been bloody. In a bitter winter, water cannon is especially brutal. Protesters who've confronted the police here have been beaten back with rubber bullets and tear gas.
False narrative alert! Protesters who've confronted the police? Classic blame the victim reporting. The BBC does use the word brutal to describe state violence, but the impression is of a pitched battle rather than of police brutality.
The governor of North Dakota defends these tactics, but says now it's time to talk.
We need to begin now to talk about how we are going to eventually arrive at a peaceful resolution of the situation and restore the relationship between North Dakota and the Standing Rock people.
That will be far from easy. No one here seems ready to give up their claim to this ground.
Well, the near bank of this river is tribal land, but most of the camp has been established on what is officially private land on the other side, although many Native Americans claim it's theirs by right. The pipeline is being built along the horizon here, and it's almost complete, apart from a short section which would go under the reservoir in the distance, which joins the Missouri River.
The BBC present this as a tribal issue, but give no historical context. The Battle of the Little Bighorn is mentioned, but not that Custer and his men broke the 1868 Fort Laramie Treaty by looking for gold in the Black Hills. No mention of the 1980 Supreme Court ruling that sided with the Sioux, stating, "A more ripe and rank case of dishonest dealings may never be found in our history." Oh yes, and the idea of building a pipeline under a reservoir is passed off without a second thought. No mention that the original plan for the pipeline was changed because it could threaten the safety of the state capital's water supply.
And for the Sioux, water from the Missouri is both vital and sacred. These tribesfolk have paddled nearly 200 miles to join the protest at the Standing Rock Reservation.
We come all this way down the healing waters to heal my people in Standing Rock.
my Indian people, my family. This is what it is for, to break the black snake, for it not to ever come up again. Yetcha!
The energy company building the pipeline insists it is safe and legal. But the Native Americans in this camp have a question. Who wrote these laws? Age-old conflicts are flaring up again. The tribes here have scores to settle. James Cook, BBC News, in North Dakota.
The tribes have scores to settle. The energy company insists the pipeline is safe and legal. No claiming here. And why no name? No facts and figures about the safety and integrity of US oil pipelines. We're talking daily problems, baby. There was a major spill near the town of Tioga, North Dakota, discovered September 29th, and as it happened, another spill one day after the BBC report just around 200 miles away from Standing Rock. No mention of the cozy relationship between President-elect Trump and Kelsey Warren, Chief Executive of Energy Transfer Partners. Over $100,000 donated to Trump's election campaign. Nothing about the relationship between fossil fuels and climate change. Is it really putting words in the Beeb's mouth to summarize the report as just a bunch of Indians banging drums? Anyway, let's close with a clip from the official No Darple music video. And that's Trex News. Exceedingly extinct.
They call it a pipeline, but those on the front lines know that black snake was sent for us to grow, to shed the skin our ancestors pray, of wounds old and calloused, so that we may stay, so that we may unite, unity our tool. No weapons are found in this court of rule. Men becoming ki'ais, steadfast in their guard, protecting women's hearts as their song become roots, roots to cast out healing for all sentient beings, to honor sacred mother, heart forward we heal. The salmon will run, the Mauna will breathe, the rivers will flow. The rainbow is here and prophecy tells us all generations will hear.
I wonder if that worked.